What's up everybody, Sigark here, and in this video, I'm going to explain how to get all of the tech blueprints in the Infected as fast as possible. This guide is going to be helpful whether you're starting a brand new game from scratch, or if you already have an existing game, you're just trying to pick up the last few blueprints and you're having trouble. I recently did a gameplay series where I started a brand new game and I ran through all 6 towns. The purpose of that series was to see how fast I could get all the 12 blueprints. I was able to get all 12 of them at the very beginning of day 3. So if you follow these tips in this video, you should be able to get them earlier than I did. So if you're starting a brand new game, the first thing you want to do is craft a few different items. You're going to craft the axe, the torch, and 2 spears. The spears are going to be helpful as you're traveling about the map in case you need to fight off some infected. The reason we're going to make 2 spears before we leave is because the basic spear only lasts for a few hits. So since we have the extra slot, we may as well make 2 of them before we head out. And the torch is going to be helpful if you are looting the houses at night. It's going to be a good light source. When you start off in the game, they give you a flask which you can use to pick up water along the way, and they also give you 5 beef stew. The beef stew replenishes pretty much every stat, and it's going to be very helpful in this guide. Also, as you're running through the woods, you want to keep an eye out for different plants. You'll kind of see them spread about. If you're just starting off the game, typically you'll see a lot of like cucumbers and corn spread about. Cucumbers are especially helpful because they also replenish your health. Even though infected won't spawn around your base in the first few days of the game, they will spawn immediately if you start entering the towns, so keep that in mind. You'll notice whenever an infected spawns in, you'll hear a little noise. When you hear that noise, you want to be either ready to fight them or run into a house and take cover. As far as locating the blueprints themselves, the majority of the time they're going to be located on a bookcase within the house. In the gameplay series I did, 10 of the 12 blueprints were located in one of those bookshelves. One of them was also in a warehouse, and then the last one was on top of a nightstand in one of the houses as well. If you're trying to get the blueprints as quickly as possible, I would also recommend picking up medical kits and bandages along the way, because you're probably going to get hit by an infected or some type of wildlife as you're looking about. So definitely pick those up because those are going to help you a lot. If you have extra inventory space, pick up Kevlar too, because Kevlar is one of the more useful items in the game when it comes to crafting armor. The main stat you want to pay attention to as you're traveling throughout the towns is your stamina. So as you're navigating between each house, let your stamina refill fully before going to the next house, especially if you know there's some infected nearby. You could also use the spears you crafted to kill the infected through doors. So at the front or back door of every house, there's a little window space. You can hit them with the spear, as I'm doing here. And if there's more than 1 or 2 of them there, it's probably not worth it. You're probably better off just running out the other door. So what I do typically is I'll open one door. Once you open a door in this game, the infected know that, and they're going to be attracted to that door. So once you open one door, you're going to run to the other side of the house and run out that door. So this is a good way to get them off your track and make it to the next house you're going to. Also, when it comes to checking the houses, what I typically do is I open both the doors once I'm done checking the house. That way I know I already checked the house and I don't keep running into the same house over and over and checking it. So I just leave both the doors open. That way I know the house has been cleared already. If you start to run into problems with your thirst dropping, you can first drink the water that is given to you in the flask. Once you run out of that, you can go to any water source on the map and you can fill it up with dirty water. So even if you don't boil the water and make it clean water, the dirty water will still replenish the thirst. It's going to take a little bit of energy away from you, but not that much. I mean, unless you're really looking at it, you won't even notice the energy that you're losing. And that beef stew that you start off the game with gives you a ton of energy back. So those will kind of equal themselves out. I was able to find all the tech blueprints only by using the water I picked up along the way and the beef stew, but I didn't cook anything, I didn't boil any water. I just did it while foraging for resources along the way. You can choose to build a base first, but I would highly recommend just rushing through the towns and finding the blueprints as soon as possible. Reason being is because the 5 beef stew that the game starts you off with are going to be way better than any food you can carry with, especially early in the game. So it's just going to be a lot easier just to get them right off the bat, get it over with. And make sure you save along the way, so if you do die, you can just reload the game. Also, if you want to see the full gameplay series, check out the video description below. It's a 3-part series, so if you want to see in more detail of me going through all the towns, definitely check that out below. As always, please like the video and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.